So for this assignment, we had to find an online interactive tool for our future students. And for English, I feel like that's kind of hard. I don't think there are a lot of good online tools to help English students. For me, I feel like the best way to learn is by writing and having people critique your writing, or by reading books and kind of learning grammar from the context of the book. But I realize, maybe people need more rigid learning, like they need definitions, they need things very clearly spelled out, and I can understand that. So after looking around on the internet, I found this website called easyschool.com that I think does a pretty good job defining things and explaining things that students could easily get confused by. So for example, you have phrases and clauses. And if you don't have good understanding of phrases and clauses, then your writing can be really weak. So if you don't use prepositional phrases in writing, then your writing structure can be very boring and your sentence structure kind of monotonous or repetitive. And, if your sentence length is all the same, then people are not going to want to read what you're writing. So I think that this is nice because it provides like the groundwork for understanding what a preposition is. And by understanding what a preposition is, you can make prepositional phrases in writing. So I thought that would be pretty beneficial for students. So you have Mark is the boy by the biggest bike, and he even tells you here prepositions are words that relate the noun to the other word. So you have your noun, which is boy, and he is by the biggest bike. And by understanding prepositions it's something important that students need to know. And so some other things that this site uses, which I thought was pretty useful. You see you have all your grammar stuff here and adverbs, and they describe action words, which sometimes students don't understand. And adverbs are important too because again, they can help vary your sentence structure, make your writing look more interesting, sort of thing. So he often visits his aunt. Adverbs are easy to remember because if you take them out of the sentence, the sentence still makes sense. So if you take out often, it still reads as he visits his aunt, but the often modifies the visit. So that's an easy way to remember it. So yeah, it's pretty useful trying to learn the basics of it if you're struggling with the basics. Well, there's even proofreading. I like this one, the critical writing, because if students are especially interested in writing, then they can kind of give them prompts with writing. I know this would have been useful when I was learning English, and I loved to write back then, so this would have been nice for me to know. So yeah, I really like this website because not only does it have English, it has everything from K through 12, English to social studies, and even has stuff in other language. So yeah, I definitely like this website for students to learn the basics of things.